Rookies, what is good? We're going to do our Trade Talk Tuesdays. And this one's going to be an interesting one because pretty much at this stage, we just need to make something happen. We need to recoup some rank points, some rankings for. We pretty much went up to about 12K 2 weeks ago. We're back to where we started, around that 19K mark, with some horrible back to back scores, which is completely on me for making some really horrible trade decisions. The biggest one being Sheasel, I think. So we're fixing that. We're bringing in a pod, getting rid of some dead weight, sidewaysing, great word. And we're just pretty much going to gun ho and burn all our trades and just see where we end up at the end of the season. Because at this stage, I don't think we're going to crack the top 10,000 if we just try to play safe. So we've just got to be ballsy, make some moves, and hope it works out. So just quickly, before we jump into anything else, we're just going to look at the trades. We only look really at the top 1% because they give us a really good understanding of what should be happening and what the main majority of people are looking at. So we're just going to look at trade outs. Sullivan, good trade out. Joel, deal. That's interesting. We're also doing this. Powell, Harrison, even Dawson. Interesting. McRae, yep. People getting rid of them. Get rid of Martin. McAuliffe, unfortunate. Just had 2 back-to-back games as sub. And just, not good. Naz, this is interesting too. I'd imagine if you're trading out Naz this week, it's because you need a player. He was managed last week, and I'm not sure if he's going to be able to hit top 6. So if you're looking to get the best of the best, probably not Naz in there. But we got rid of him last week because we just needed someone who's going to play the next 2 weeks, really. So that was unfortunate. We were hoping to hold on to it for 1 more week and potentially hold him on until the end and trade out Steele this week. So we're still sticking with that. Plus a good trade out. Oliver is interesting. There's also been concerns about his hand. Apparently scans. I haven't seen anything official, but it's all just in the rumor mill. Garcia, unfortunately, he got dropped. These are all decent trade outs. Marshall, interesting. Probably going to a Grundy, I imagine, if you're getting rid of him. Yeah, these are all pretty standard. Some people trading out more. He has got a really high break even, just putting it out there. So he's about to drop cash. But we agreed and said we were going to hold till the end. That's what we're doing. In regards to trade-ins for this week, top 1% are looking at Warner. We can keep a roll. He had a few kick-ins. I think this is probably a great choice. A bit slightly elevated price of 130. Question is, would you rather get someone that potentially can make you cash if you got leftover trades, or if you've got limited trades, do you just go down to like a 102k rookie and put the cash on top of someone else to get a primo? If you have, you want to save trades, I would be I'd be leaning more towards getting a 102k with DPP for flexibility and just putting that cash on top of an upgrade to get a big primo. A lot of people bringing in Houston, Merritt, even Jackson, good trade-ins. Kerno was probably a big target for a lot of people this week. He's got a really nice run home. Ari actually played really well. Hopefully he stays in the side. We're hoping that when Naz comes back, that Bonner is moved out for him, but we don't know. Zorko's still a good pickup. We got Hutchinson, still great. LDU, very good. We probably should have grabbed him when we could have. Rosie's still got a high break even. He could still be a value pickup next week, for example, but they do have a tough run home. Dowling, who we're going to grab, even though he's got the bye. Whitfield is actually he actually looks like a solid contender now. Like revising his kick-in stats, it's all there. He's just got a fucking tag this week, which is annoying. But do we cop the tag and get him in anyway? We don't know. Otherwise, Yo's an interesting one. Dow's pretty good if you can cover it. I think that's a good opportunity to bring him in. Yeah. Elliot, I think this is a decent trade-in, given that he maintains health the rest of the season, but never know. Ridley was also a bit of a pod, so we'll see. But we're going to get into our team and our trades and see what they look like. Now, hopefully you guys are in a bit of a better boat than I am, where you've pretty much got full primo when you trade in this week. We do not. We've made horrible trades this season, and we're still like 2 behind, basically. Our forward line's done. Our ruck's done. We've got one back, one in mid, which I don't know how we're going to get with 4 trades left, but we need to stop sidewaysing. The question is, are we caring about ranks so much we trade out Steele this week and keep a primo and make it a bit easier for next week? Or do we go gun-ho, try to recoup some points now and then figure it out? Because there is a chance that Sexton maintains the role or a decent position where he can maintain an 80 average, which could put him down in the forward line, for example. Bishop obviously will keep him. Like our forward line is looking done because we've got Flanders, Heaney, Zorko, Moore, Fisher, and we'll have Jackson sitting there as well. This is looking interesting. So the trades that we're looking at doing this week look a little bit like this. So we're pretty much getting rid of 2 rooks and getting rid of a primo, which isn't playing, but he has got 108 average. Oh! But this is one of the trade scenarios we're looking at where we get rid of Garcia and Fraser and Steele and we bring in Ridley, Sheasel, and Dowling. Dowling is purely for cover, assuming he keeps his role and his spot in the team to be able to keep making cash, and then potentially flip late on with like Clark, for example, from Geelong to help get us that primo. So that's potentially what we're looking at. This one looks nice because this gets us chances to get a decent score this week and recoup. I think we're sitting at like 5-7, 5-6 for our total score over the past 3 bye rounds. So we're only a couple 100 points behind par. So ideally we want to keep this. I'm contemplating just going round by round and not trying to really think about full team. We undo this, just for example. We'll quickly organise our team so it's a bit better, but Flanders will come on. We'll have Jackson go into the ruck. Do not want to trade out Livingston. Get out of here. We'll just quickly adjust it. But you can kind of see here, actually, that if we quickly just do this, we swing Fisher down. That's our forward line done, which is nice. It's good to look at. We'll trade out our 2 rookies. We can potentially leave Sheasel, which is dangerous. Not get Ridley just yet, but we can get Shees and then we can get Dowling. So this is the one where we save trades. And we basically go 1 up, 1 down, which is ideal. We keep Steele, which then means we have, I'd say Shees, Dacos, and Ryan are easily top D3, which I think we need. It's who we get in. I think we keep Martin. I think we ride that out. It's just who do we get Sexton for? We could potentially swing a Whitfield somehow. How do we do that? Not really sure because we don't have enough to get up to him. So it's interesting, but this is what we're kind of looking like. But for this round, we're going to swing Jackson into the ruck because we've got rookies to cover the forward line. So then we basically just bring on McMullen, who had a shock. He didn't get subbed on until fucking this kid goes, the week we bring him in because I need cover, couldn't even give me a 50. Gave me a fucking 3. So now his break even is relatively high. Yeah. Not good, but if he plays, he plays. That's pretty much all we're looking at for the moment. He's going to sit on the bench, so it's not a massive concern, but it is what it is. This is what we're looking like. Dowling and Clark are going to be our cover for that mid spot for the moment. We're going to wait and see what Sexton does. He was never meant to get this far ahead, but with Naz not playing for 2 weeks in a row, it has ruined things. So that's not ideal. But it is what it is. We're not getting anywhere close to 2,000 unless this is unders, which I think it might be overs because it's giving Jackson 135 projected, which is not going to happen. Like, I'm sorry, I don't think it's going to happen. Not against bloody Suns. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, so this is kind of what we're looking like if we don't trade out Steele, which then means we've got 1 and 2 spots to fill. If we trade out Steele, we throw Martin down there. We're in the same spot. We're just burning a trade. But what for? We're trading someone who averages 108 at the moment. Hasn't had the best run of late. It's been okay. He's got Port, Sydney, and Adelaide, which is not a great run. Not great at all. So, like, if we were to trade him, who can we get in the midfield that potentially looks a bit better? Because there are a few options. If we just look at players we can afford, or at least for the mids. Rao, I'm not sure if we trade him in. Dunkley looks all right. They've got I think they got a decent run home. Hawks have a really good run home, but they have a bye. So we need someone who's playing. I am very tempted to wait and try to get Sexton the sick dog. I think that's a pod. We'll see. They've got, yeah, it's okay. It's not great. Who else is there? It's Cripps. Shark is obviously out. Newcomb. Cripps is on bye. Young's interesting. Probably wouldn't go there. Like, there's not really, there's the Yao, but Elliot Yo, Codwell. Like, there's not many options when it comes to this. It's just a bit annoying, but we could potentially, swing down a Martin, for example, and bring in a Ridley, or bank cash and bring in a Lockie, which will then help us get Sexton up to a proper primo. But if we, because we're hoping Sexton makes more money. Let's say he goes off and he makes 450. If we bank to 70, that gets us to about 520. Who can we get at that price point? Well, not much, which is annoying. Because I know the sick dog is due to make some more money because it's at 540. So we'd really need 130K to go from Sexton up to sick dog. But do we keep Steele in? This is the question. This is what I'm toying with at the moment. Forward line, we could potentially even look at throwing Flanders up and then bringing in like a Kerno and just baking some cash. That could be the play. And we look at that. Because the Blues have a really nice run home. And this means that Flanders now becomes part of our mids. Then we have enough to throw up Sexton and a dead rook, like maybe a Hoare, down to a 102K rookie and Ridley or sick dog. There's a few options there. But again, I'm unsure about what I'm doing just yet. This is like all the trade thoughts. I am tempted to hold on to as many primos as I can at this stage and try not to sideways them out, because that's where our mistakes have lied this whole season. Is we did it to Sheasel, we did it to Stewart, which I don't think it's going to backfire. Did it to Martin, did it to Young. They were mid prices though. It's just, that's not been ideal, but that's what we're looking like. We'll obviously do a quick VC final trades video on Thursday. How much are you guys missing the Thursday night games, by the way? It's been very boring. I miss the Thursday night games. Anyway, with that all said, guys, let me know what your trades are this week. Who are you bringing in? Who are you downgrading to? Are you sidewaysing to get players on field, or are you looking to finish your team and cop whatever score you cop this week just to have a really nice run home? With that said, I'll see you guys in the next video.